Can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey darling.
So hello everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Leslie and you are in my kitchen down on the farm, and I am thrilled to have you here. So I guess you're wondering, what is all of this? And we are less than a week away from Easter. So I wanted to give you a great, if you do an Easter brunch, it would be a great fruit salad. A lot of church services are earlier on Easter, because a lot of churches do sunrise and then they immediately go to the worship service. So you may be out of church a little early and want a brunch. This is a great fruit salad for a brunch. It's just a great fruit salad to add to your desserts, because somebody may want something a little bit lighter than strawberry cake or coconut cake or whatever your dessert of choice is for Easter. So they may want something a little bit lighter, and I don't know that it's that much healthier, but it's got some fiber in it. And so let's get started. Now I wanted to talk about the paper bag I sat out here. A little trick, if you didn't know, which I'm sure most of you know, but if you buy your bananas green, I went to Walmart the other night, everything was just as green could be. Like, I was like, oh goodness, I need to make this, because I was buying strawberries. They're ripe now. And I'm like, I don't want them to go bad. And what am I going to do? So bring them home, stick them in a paper bag. They're not completely yellow ripe, but they're a whole lot better than they were. So here they are now. When I purchased them, the green part on the stem, the whole banana was that color green. So they have definitely ripened up a lot, and there's something about putting them in a paper bag. Don't put them in a plastic bag. There's something about that paper bag that I guess the gases or whatever builds the, I don't know the science behind it. I don't pretend to know the science behind it. I just know it works. So, but had I not put them in the bag, they still would be as green as the tag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash up some fruit. I'm going to wash it up, and then we'll come back and we'll chop it up together. So hang tight. I will be right back in just a second. All right. So what I'm doing now is I am just slicing up these strawberries. I kept the container here to put the holes in, and any strawberries that weren't quite up to my standard. The recipe calls for 2 cups of strawberries, but I'm actually just doing this whole little container. It's 16-ounce container. I'm going to do the whole thing. It's probably going to be a little bit more than 2 cups, but that's okay. I mean, can you really have too many strawberries? And I don't want to waste them. I don't want them to go bad. Although, if Levi came in and saw that I had strawberries, he would be going to town. He and his daddy are strawberry fanatics. It's almost strawberry season around here, so won't be long before the strawberry farms start advertising. This is probably going to be more like 3 cups, 2.5 to 3 cups. let's see. And I just quartered them. Yeah, that's, yep, about 2.5 cups. So we're good there. I have this bowl here, right here. I'm just gonna pour the strawberries in here because I'm gonna just kind of keep measuring our fruit as we go. So now I need to wash up some grapes, and we're gonna cut the grapes in half. So I'm gonna use about a cup of grapes. So let me get them washed. I'll meet you back right here. I am just cutting these grapes in half, and I washed them up. I leave them on the stem, and I just kind of pull them off as I go. And let's see here. I'm gonna do just a few more. We're gonna do just a few more, and then we're gonna stop with the fruit for just a little bit, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But I wanna go ahead and get our cream cheese mixture that we're gonna have to mix up. I wanna go ahead and get it made and ready. And then we will, okay, that should be plenty on the grapes. That's probably a little more than a cup. Yeah. So I'm gonna add those to the strawberries right here, going in there. And we're gonna set this aside for just a minute. We're gonna get back to the fruit in a little bit. But what I wanna do now is go ahead and mix up my cream cheese mixture. Like I said, there's a reason I'm waiting on the fruit. I will share that with you in just a little bit. So let me get everything I need for this out. I know we're gonna start with some cream cheese, some powdered sugar, some vanilla. So let me get all this going, and I'll meet you back right here. Okay, everybody, we're starting with an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. And to that, I'm going to add a generous 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. So I'm not leveling it off at all. So let's get that beaten, and I will be right back in just a second once I get this all mixed up. All right, so we've got the powdered sugar and the cream cheese mixed up really well. I'm gonna add just a splash of vanilla, you know, a splash, give or take. And then we're gonna whip up some heavy cream. We're gonna mix up some heavy cream, about a cup. Let me show you where I have my heavy cream and where I have my stand mixer bowl. All right, I actually stuck everything, including the whisk, the bowl, and the heavy cream, in the freezer for just a little bit. I just dropped my my hand mixer down on the cabinet, and cream cheese, powdered sugar mixture went flowing everywhere. So we're going to do about a cup. And I'm not going to add any sugar to this because we've already added it in here. But I'm going to taste this when we get everything mixed up, and if it needs more sugar, we can definitely. In fact, let me do a quick taste now. I may be adding a little sugar to this. I might just do that. So let's move over to my stand mixer. And we're over here. And we're going to beat this until stiff peaks. And I probably will add a little bit more sugar. I'm going to add the sugar to the cream cheese mixture instead of adding it to this. So let me go over there and add a little more sugar. When we pull this up, we'll see if we are at stiff peaks or not. Not quite. I want it to go a little bit more so that when I pull this out, if you'll watch, when I pull it out, well, I kind of did a peak, but I want it a little bit stiffer than this. So let's go a little bit longer. And when I say a little bit longer, I mean just a second or two. This is much, much better. Much better. Much like a container of Cool Whip would be. So let's move over to our cream cheese mixture, and then we'll get back on our fruit. All right, so what I want to do here is we're going to put all this whipped cream, and that's exactly what it is. It's whipped cream. It's not sweetened whipped cream, but we have sweetened the cream cheese mixture, and therefore it's going to be plenty sweet. I did add about 1/4 of a cup more. So a generous 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar is what I ended up adding. Now the recipe only called for 1/2 a cup. I felt like it needed a little bit more. So I'm just going to fold this whipped cream in until everything is nice and mixed up. And we can definitely add some more vanilla if we need to, but I don't think we're going to need to. I think this is going to be fine. And as you can see, I am just lifting and folding inward. Lifting and folding inward. All right, let's give this a taste and just see where we're at. And then I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator. That is good. That is so good. Okay, I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator while we finish up on the fruit. All right, so I have some Granny Smith apples here. And we're going to cut up, calls for 2 cups. So I'm not sure what's going to equal 2 cups. The main thing is I want to be sure, like right here, I cannot stand biting into an apple that has a little bit of that in it, the little hard little bitty piece right there. So I want to be sure to get those out, but we are going to leave the peel on them. So I'm going to cut up some apples. I'll show you how I'm going to cut them up in just a second. I'm just cutting them down in little bitty bite-sized pieces. And I'm doing these little side pieces. Now, if you are into making your own homemade vinegar, which is wonderful, I don't have any right now, and I'm not really interested in making any today. But if I were, keeping the center cores would be a great thing. Also, I think you could use the strawberry tops. Now, this is something I have never done. In fact, I don't know that I've ever tasted it. But kombucha, I think you could make your own, like apple strawberry kombucha. I don't, tell me guys, have you guys tried that? I have never tried it. I've never done the kefir thing either. But I'm not opposed to trying it, and probably should. I hear it's very healthy. So I need about 2 cups of sliced apples, and I'm gonna sprinkle them with a little bit of lemon juice just so they don't turn brown quite as quick. Now, let me tell you why I didn't cut the apples. That's exactly why I didn't cut the apples originally. Because I didn't want to give them any more time to turn brown until I covered them with the cream cheese mixture. So I don't think I'm going to need all these apples. So I'll have a nice little snack here in a minute. Let's see where we're at. We're pretty much at 2 cups there. So I'm going to stop there, and Bright and I will have a snack of apples in just a little bit. And so I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of lemon juice on this fruit mixture real quick. And we're not done yet. We are not done, but I do want to get some lemon juice on it. All right, got some lemon juice here, and I'm just going to kind of sprinkle that on. And we're going to stir this up. We've got 2 more fruits to go. Look at that pretty. That is beautiful. All right, so let me go ahead and I'm going to drain this can of, you could use fresh pineapple. I really didn't see any the other night at the grocery store, so I'm using canned. I didn't look for any, but when I think about it, I don't remember seeing any fresh pineapple. They probably had it, but I was fine just using the canned. And so I'm going in here with, these are pineapple chunks. They're going in here. Okay, now the only thing we have left is some bananas. I probably could have left them in that brown bag and they would have ripened even further. That's a nice trick to know about, is how to ripen a banana in a hurry. Get you a brown paper bag. Do I understand the science behind it? Absolutely not. I'm sure it has to do something with the gases that are produced in the banana and being held in that bag. But other than that, I don't have a clue. And I think I'm just going to slice up 2 bananas. Have you guys seen those banana slicers that you just kind of lay on top of the bananas and they slice right up? I may do 2 or 3 bananas. I'm not sure. I love bananas. So we'll see. I think I'm just going to stop at 2 and save that one for a banana sandwich. Everybody needs a banana sandwich once in a while, especially, that's another one of those things. I mean, you can definitely, this one's a little bruised. Take that bottom part off. That would be delicious to eat. It just isn't going to look pretty. That's another sandwich that to me is a spring summer sandwich. Isn't it funny how it has nothing to do with the banana, because you can get bananas year round, but for some reason, I guess sandwiches just remind me of spring and summer, where soups are a winter thing to me. So, all right. So we're going in here with that. I'm going to move this cutting board, and we're going to set our bowl right back up here. And what's going to help all of this from turning brown is we're going to cover it with our cream cheese mixture. Let me grab it. I'll be right back. All right, so let's just dollop this in here. Now, if you were making this for a special event, I'm not. This is just our family to snack on. But if you were definitely doing this for a special event, you could put it in a trifle dish or a big crystal bowl and just make it so beautiful and so pretty. Because I think all these colors together are gorgeous. All right. So here we go. We're just going to kind of fold all this fruit into this cheesecake. Very much a cheesecake mixture. And we'll clean off the sides but we just want to get this whipped cream and cheese and cream cheese mixture kind of all over this fruit. Oops, I'm throwing fruit. That's okay. Stuff for me to snack on. All right. Isn't that gorgeous? And there's some of that little pineapple juice down in the bottom that's helping to, you know, help it get coverage. All right. Let me get a napkin, clean off the sides. Just to make it a little bit more presentable. Doesn't matter because we're going to dig into it. It doesn't really matter. Let me wash my hands and we're going to finish this off with two more delicious things. So hang tight. All right, so one of the last ingredients is a little bit of crunch. Now you could add toasted pecans, would be delicious on this. But the recipe called for granola or whatever. It really, actually, it wasn't in the recipe. It was at the end. They said that's what they did. So I thought we would do it. And instead of buying a bag of granola, I love to eat these. In fact, I have one over there at my table that I'm going to go get and use the crumbs that were left in it. Use it. And what I'm doing is there's 2 bars in here. And I'm just kind of banging them and crunching them up. So I won't make you listen to that anymore. I'll finish crushing it up and we'll sprinkle it on. And I've got one more thing in the microwave that you don't want to miss. So here's the crumbs left from the one I was eating earlier. And we're just going to sprinkle that on top. I've got a mess to clean up around here. I wasn't very neat in putting this one together. All right, and so now I don't have a bag of granola that I'm not going to use, and it's going to sit in the cabinet until I think to get yogurt or whatever. All right. One more thing. So don't go anywhere. I got to get it out of the microwave. I have some store-bought. Now you could by all means make your own caramel drizzle sauce. And with those Granny Smith apples and this caramel, oh my goodness. So I'm going to try. I'll have to clean the jar, but we're just going to drizzle. You could do maple syrup. You could do honey. But I think this caramel sauce with those Granny Smith apples are going to be the bomb.com. All right. Now, this is one of those things that the longer it sits, the better it gets. But let's get a bowl, call Bryant in here, and see what he thinks. All right. So let's see what he thinks.
There we go. Look at how delicious, beautifully garnished. What's it going to taste like?
Fruit, cheesecake, whipped cream.
I'd go with it.
I love it when he can't talk. He can't say anything because it's so good.
You get the sweetness of the caramel, a little bit of tartness from the fruit, and you get the crunch from the granola and the tartness of that Granny Smith. And a sweetness from the cream cheese.
Would this not be delicious on a hard working day? You come in and you just want something and Can I have a
This
bite?
could be a good dessert for like, no, you can't.
I can't have a bite.
This would be a good little dessert for like
told me no.
for like a brunch.
He meant that no, too.
I do. Wow, that is delicious.
I want a little bit of every fruit.
Well, you better
I don't think I got pineapple, and I don't think I got banana.
You better get a bigger spoon. Refreshing. It's really refreshing.
That's good. Thank you.
You better get out of here. Hey, here, what's this?
He's got the whole bowl.
I'll dig in. I'm just kidding. That's really good. That'll make anybody, that'll satisfy anybody's taste buds right there.
That is good. And listen, guys, if you don't want to make your own whipped cream.
Hang on. I gotta go. I gotta go to an auction. Bye.
Bye. Have fun. If you don't want to make your own, listen, don't feel like you have to do that. Buy you a container of Cool Whip, cut back a little, go back to the half a cup of powdered sugar that it originally called for. Use you a tub of Cool Whip. Don't fret that you haven't made your own. It's okay. For years, I didn't make my own. And to this day, depending on my time and what the recipe is, I may or may not make my own. If I ever do this again, guess what? I probably won't make my own whipped cream because it's not the star of this show. I mean,
But it's good.
You just go ahead and use you. He's still eating.
Bye.
So we're going to stick this in the refrigerator. We're going to enjoy this. I have a feeling the boys are going to enjoy this. It's going to be good. So listen, this was a beautiful dish to put on your Easter table. I wanted to get you something out. I'm not doing like a pre-Easter meal too much. And so I wanted to get this to you so you can have you something refreshing, something light. Maybe something that you have in the evening when you've got leftover ham or leftover whatever you're having. Fix you a yeast roll ham biscuit sandwich and, not biscuit, but a yeast roll ham sandwich and a cup of this, and you've got a delicious leftover supper with a great fruit salad. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it, and I'm going to fill the bowl up again because I'm going to enjoy eating it. I thought it was so good. I want a banana. Where's a banana? I didn't get a banana a while ago. There we go. All right, guys. This is good. You got to make it. Got to make it. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, remember, we actually have, Bryant and I have a second channel. Please go like, subscribe, follow it. It is all faith-based. It is he and I discussing spiritual topics of faith, topics of problems that people face during the week or during their normal life, and they need to know how to walk through those things as Christ would. So please come and like and subscribe. We are just absolutely normal people who mess up every week, who make mistakes, but we want and desire to have and show Christ through us. So, all right, go over there, like, subscribe, follow. For the time being, it's only one video of me and Bryant talking, like a podcast style. And then starting this week, we'll be doing one live on there that is a recap of the Bible study that I am doing at our church. So, go like, subscribe, follow, join me for the lives, and just come on. It's called, the name of the channel is Conversations with Bryant and Leslie. So please go like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I will put the link down in the description below. So thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to go eat some fruit salad. It's so good. Hey, remember, the grease is hot enough. You can fry anything. Bye, y'all.